Well, good morning. 3 degrees and a light dusting of snow. And my garden is snug and ready for spring. It's clear that outdoor gardening is off the table for today. But it is a perfect time to plan our garden calendar for spring. Join me as we dive into the secrets of a deep mulch planting calendar. Deep mulch spring planting calendar. What are you talking about? It's still winter. A month-to-month timeline. Right now in January, your garlic should already be in the ground. You still have time if you have cold weather, but they're going to need to get in pretty quick. Start your brassicas indoors or plant them outside with protection. In February, getting ready to plant potatoes, go ahead and put them in a brown paper bag in the closet and let them start chitting. Let them start growing so you have a little extra time. Start your tomatoes, peppers, and basil seeds inside. Root and up-pot all your sweet potato slips. And in March, and plan for lettuce, spinach, peas, carrots, and beets direct sown in the garden. That'll set you up nicely for an early start of a great garden. Creating a spring gardening planting calendar for deep mulch is a fantastic idea. Here's some general guidelines to help you get started. About 12 weeks before your last frost, browse seed catalogs. Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company, Seed Saver Exchange, High Mowing Organic Seeds, Johnny's Selected Seeds, Sustainable Seed Company. These are all excellent seed companies that have heirloom seeds. After a couple nights of single-digit temperatures, I think everything looks pretty good. Even our spinach has their first true leaves on them. You can do this too. About 10 weeks before the last frost, plan your garden layout, consider crop rotation, start seeds indoors. Leeks and onions are another one that should be going already. 8 weeks before your last frost date, sketch out a map of your garden, give you an idea of what you want to plant, where you want to plant it. But if you're like me in chaos, you're just going to plant whatever you can, wherever you can. We had icicles on here yesterday. About 4 weeks before your last frost date, it's a good time to direct sow some more seeds. Peas, radishes, spinach, turnips. About 3 weeks before your last frost date, go ahead and transplant the broccoli, cabbage, and kale that you already started. And go ahead and get some more lettuce in the ground. That way your succession planting, you'll have plenty of lettuce coming on. And our young lettuce made it through just fine. Cabbages are looking great. Now I know our friends along the Gulf Coast have snow today, but they're going to warm up too. And that's a once-in-a-lifetime storm. Right here in the garden, hopefully we won't have any more of the 0-degree weather. We're going to be down into the 26, 27 degrees, so we'll still keep covering at night. But we need to start planning our spring planting. With these general guidelines and the things we've talked about in the last few episodes, you'll be set up wonderfully for the spring garden. And of course, through it all, you're going to want to put mulch down. When you want to add mulch to the garden and there's snow on the leaves, what can you do? We can plan. Now, I'm already thinking about potatoes. In about 30 to 40 days, I'm going to go ahead and get those planted and get those under mulch. Your sweet potatoes, I was asked when I start growing slips. I don't start growing slips. I start pulling slips off as they start growing. You know, the first one started for me around Thanksgiving. We got a bunch of slips coming on right now. We got a bunch rooted. We're going to go ahead and get those in containers. And we're just going to keep up-potting until it warms up enough to put them in the ground. It's never too early to start thinking about spring planting. You were with me when we grabbed these 2 peppers out of the garden. Sitting in the house, this one's really leafing out. The other one's got leaves down at the bottom. They're telling me that spring is right around the corner. We've talked a lot about building healthy soil. If you want to learn more about building healthy soil, you wouldn't hurt my feelings if you picked up one of my books. Hopefully you've got cabbages and other brassicas started. They can be in the garden right now, as long as you have some cover for them. Here in Zone 7, it doesn't get dark till after 5:30 now. Can you believe it? Days are getting longer. It's still getting dark pretty early, so you can sit in the house Get your seed catalogs out, start thinking about what you want to plant. Only pick what you want to eat. Just as soon as that snow melts off, I'll be right back at it, putting mulch on the garden. Like I keep telling you, you'll be surprised at how fast it breaks down. But then again, we put mulch on the garden all year round. The whole point is to create that environment for the soil, for the life in the soil, to take care of your plants. Then you'll be able to plant all year round. You can do this. And even though it is still winter, it's time to start looking at our spring seed catalogs. Hopefully you got garlic in the ground, but if it's still cool where you live, you got time. Get that garlic in the ground. Potatoes are going to come up here pretty quick. You want to get them in the ground. Seeds you want to get started right now, it's okay to go ahead and get your tomatoes, peppers, eggplants. I like mine to have several sets of true leaves before I get them out in the garden. So now it's not too early. And it's not too early to get your seeds ordered. Spring is right around the corner. It's going to be here before you know it. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.